Hi, it's Eric with Self Defense Global. I got some good questions asked online, and I like to engage with the community. And the question had to do in my punching demonstrations, why I have my hands so close to my face and arms inside the frame of my body. The reason is the most effective way for me to throw and generate power is to keep my arms inside the frame of my body. Okay, when my elbows are out, I am giving up some angular momentum here. There's a concept called conservation of angular momentum. When my elbows are out, I'm giving up some energy. And it's easy to try this. We can start with our elbows out, and when we're rotating, we go slower than when our elbows are in. And I want to be able to accelerate my strikes throughout that range of motion. We see that with figure skaters, where they start with their elbows out and they're turning, and by the time their elbows are in, they're going so fast that you can't even see their faces. The other thing when it comes to a stance, having hands in versus hands out. Another question had to do with, if I'm already on offense and I'm going, isn't it self-offense rather than self-defense? And I just published a blog entry and have some information on use of force, hammer or anvil. And if I'm justified in using force, I do want to go first. I do want to initiate contact, and I'm allowed to do that. I go through the 3 reasons, the 3 points on use of force online. When we talk about the head and the body being open, many people drastically overestimate their ability to block punches and to react to things incoming. And the more sparring experience you have, the more experience you have with in the sport context, the better. If Spencer joins me out here, if we're assessing a situation and we're not fighting, we're not defending ourselves, we're going to adopt a more bladed interview kind of position. Spencer's going to get bladed. His hands are going to be up in this window of activity. He's going to be giving me a non-aggressive posture. When Spencer goes active, his hands are going to come in, and yes, his head is open. His body is open. His groin is open. It's open to punches. It's open to gunfire. It's open to knife stabs. Okay, it just is. It's going to be open whether his hands are in or whether they're out. Okay, if I just go at speed within arm's reach, and if I go to touch Spencer, if we do our demo just with one hand up, he can have the one hand close. I'm going to touch him on the hairline, and okay, he's got a better chance of blocking it with his hands closed. But if he's reacting, my hand gets out there in under a quarter of a second. He needs to be on offense. He needs to be imposing himself on me if he wants this to stop. Hands up, it's not going to be that much different, okay? It's not going to be that much different. And we see when people try to make the transition from going from Krav Maga self-defense to sparring, they really have problems when they're working this outside guard, because when you get hit with your hands out away from your body, you lose balance and it's just bad. So we generally recommend sparring or self-defense, more of an inside guard here. Now as Spencer is working up to cover in more of a self-defense standpoint, if I'm putting things in on him, okay, he's able to pick these things up on a shorter movement than mine, and his hands are very close to where they need to be going anyway. So hopefully we covered about 3 points here, and it's easier to show it on video than to talk through it. On the stance, it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm assessing again, we go bladed, hands are up where they need to be. This also can give me something to put in his face while I work my right hand, and it can be a little confusing for him. When we're fighting, though, we want our hands close. And if weapons are involved, I'm going to be indexing very tight to my body because I don't want my arms out here picking things up. It also slows me down. So hopefully that's helpful. It's really easy for us to be using some of the same words to describe different things and kind of talking in parallel rather than on the topic. If you have any questions, feel free to respond to the post. And as always, train hard and train safe.